It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the NFC East. It's the Giants and the Commanders, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And last weekend, they pulled one out in a very low-scoring affair. It was all about their defense.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line.
Breaks through the contact.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback. They'll come out throwing here on first down. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game.
And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Now a first carry here for Robinson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Face mask. Defense.
Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Robinson on a give right side.
And he stopped immediately there.
Deontay Banks there on the stop. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw. Daniels. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there.
2nd and 9.
They go right back to Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Jonathan Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 35, here's 2nd and a couple. On the give, here's Robinson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You talk about this Giant defense.
This unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking to throw on second down.
Daniels. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Daniels.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Brian Dable reaching for that challenge flag, and he's going to have the officials review this call. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Quickly completed to the right flat. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Robinson is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Again, it'll be Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr., his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive is 6 on the scoreboard.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25.
New York set to take the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Singletary again, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. He'll drop to throw.
And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Gets around him. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense going back to work.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football
as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence busting through to get him for a loss of 6. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field, Jahan Dotson.
Touchdown, Washington.
Jahan Dotson,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. New York ready to go again offensively. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Offensively, I'd be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get it back in form.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
2nd down and 3.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on 3rd down. Daniels.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, Daniels. His throw incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
2nd and 5. Open target here, Darius Slayton.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The Giants on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The throw over the middle taken in.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 2. Looking to throw. Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
Operating from the gun, Daniels.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he's got his man on the out route. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
2nd and 5.
Back to throw again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Texans who's got the lead in the second quarter. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. From one Texas team to the other, we take the drive up I-45 to Dallas to check on the Cowboys. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Anthony Richardson.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And he returns this to the 22. So here is Washington now to take over.
They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels.
Short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Misdirection's the key on this play. They line up with 3 receivers to the opposite side of the tight end, and they're all going to work their way across the field and let the tight end slip underneath against flow the other way. They're banking that he can get lost, and that's exactly what happened as they pick up the first down.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
60 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now here's a throw that's complete. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Robinson up the middle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to throw. Daniels. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. There he goes, right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They run the draw here with Robinson.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
12 more yards there and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Again, it's Robinson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Daniels. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders are pouring it on. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Commanders,
their strong